ରେକର୍ଡିଂ ଟା ହେଉଛି। ଜଣା ପଡ଼ିଯାଉଛି। ଏଇଟା କଣ ବଡ ହେଇଗଲା? କେମିତି ରେଡ୍ ଅଛି? ହ୍ୟାଲୋ। Good evening to you all.
Good evening, sir.
So,
Good evening, sir.
good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. So, today in our ICT, information and communication technology. Okay. Hello.
Yes,
Sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
I am audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So, yesterday
Sir.
we have finished the first book regarding the basics of the computer technology, common communication technology, basics of the network technology, then network convergence. So yesterday, actually, some of the students they requested me for the regarding the library automation to have a demo on the library automation. Whether we go for that or we go to the other parts of the just like what you have in ICT fundamentals. What is your view? Hello.
हाँ सर. Yes, sir.
Hmm. So what will go for straight away? We'll go to the next chapter, or we'll have a demo on the library automation.
Next chapter, sir.
Hmm?
Next chapter, sir.
next chapter.
ଆଜ୍ଞା
Sir, it will better for us. We have to complete our all units.
Complete all units means it is very difficult to complete all units today itself. Okay, so we will try to
So
finish whatever.
briefly discuss all units.
Uh, Briefly, it will try whatever possible. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
the uh, so
ଡେମୋଟା ଦେଖେଇବି କହୁଥିଲେ
what
ଡେମୋଟା ଦେଖେଇବି କହୁଥିଲେ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ
like demo because some are not interested. They want
Demo.
the briefly introduction of the all the whole level, all the chapters because that all chapters is not possible. So what to do?
ସାର୍ ଡେମୋଟା ଦେଖିଲେ ବେଟର ହୁଅନ୍ତା
Now, all of you will
Demo
agree.
ଆମେ next class ରେ ଯୋଉ class ରେ library automation ଉପରେ ପଢା ହବ ଆମେ ସେଠି demo ଦେଖି ପାରିବା but ICT fundamental ଆଉ
ଆପଣ ଡେମୋ ଦେଖିପାରିବେ ଦୁଶାସନ ଆଜ୍ଞା କହିଲେ ଆପଣ ଡେମୋ ଦେଖିପାରିବେ ମୁଁ ମାନୁଛି ଦେଖିପାରିବେ ଲେକିନ ସାର୍ ତ ଆଜି ଦେଖାବାର ଲାଗି ତ ପ୍ରିପାରେସନ କରି ସାରିଛନ୍ ଅଲରେଡି ଆଉ କେନ୍ ସାର୍ ଆସିବେ ରିକ୍ୱେଷ୍ଟ କରିବେ କେତେ କାଣା କରିବେ
ସେଇଟା
ଦେଖାବେ ନା ଦେଖାବେ ସେଟା
ବାକି
ବାକି ଆଉ କଣ ରହିଲା
ସେଇଟା ICT fundamental ତ ଆମେ clear ନୁହଁ ସେଇଟା demo ଦେଖିଲେ କଣଟା ଲାଭ ହବ ସେଇଟା ଆମେ ICT ଯୋଉଟା ସାର୍ ଯୋଉ ୟୁନିଟ ପଢିବା କଥା ସେଇଟା ହିଁ ଆମକୁ ଯାହା ଡାଉଟ ଅଛି ସେଇଟା
Okay,
କ୍ଲିୟର ହଉ ତାପରେ ଏଟା ଦେଖିବା
okay. So in the next chapter we'll go forward so that that is office tools. Office tools generally you will know the word processing, presentation and spreadsheets. Word processing, most of you know that we are using the word, Excel and and PowerPoint. Mostly we
PowerPoint.
are mostly you are
Yes,
using
sir.
the Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. You, as you mostly you know the how you are using the Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Why you are using the Word, Microsoft Word, most of was using the Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. So similarly, MS Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Actually, it is the from the MS Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. It is the product of MS, product of the Microsoft. But today, what will learn the same as Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. That is, these are whole in LibreOffice. That is, which is open source. We are already as in the first class we learned something about the open source software, just like Ubuntu the Ubuntu software. Similarly, these are the freely open source software. You can be easily be downloaded. The same as Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. This is the LibreOffice, just like MS Office. This is open source and freely available. So this LibreOffice includes what? That is writer. It is the word processor similar as the writer is the word processor similar as the what do you call the similar as the
MS Word.
just a- okay, noise. Similar as the Microsoft Word. What is the advantage? Advantage is no licensing fee here, no licensing fees required. Because in Microsoft Office, when we are purchasing any Microsoft Office so that whole Access, Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, we have to pay something to Microsoft. But this is purely free. We can download from the internet, and this is no licensing fee required. This is open source, and even this LibreOffice has supports 40 languages, and similarly the writer, what you we are using the writer that similar as the Word, Microsoft Word, whatever the menus, toolbars, whatever are available in Word, it is same, most almost same as in Microsoft Word, the writer available in LibreOffice. Then in that is writer. Then another thing is the next software what is available is that is the that is the uh, uh, we are using in Microsoft Office, that is the Excel. So in what is the Excel available in uh, LibreOffice? We are calling it as here LibreOffice, that is called Calc, CALC, or mostly in LibreOffice in Microsoft Office, we are calling it as the spreadsheet. What is the function? Mostly the spreadsheet or the where what were the wing, because this is the features mostly for functions which can create formulas for complex calculation, database functions through arrange store, and for preparing the charts mostly we are doing. And even this can be used to ability to open and edit the Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. Similarly, the next so another one which we are using in most in our MS Office, Microsoft Office, is for presentations. We are using uh, that is the PowerPoint. So here we are that one we are calling at Impress in LibreOffice. What we are, that is we are using, that is called Impress. As you know, the PowerPoint we are using to for presentation purposes, mostly with tables, charts, presentation purposes. Purposes and with tables, charts, graphic objects such as clipart, drawings, uh, and the mostly the this Impress is same as the PowerPoint in the MS Office. I think most of you using the Word, PowerPoint, and the this Excel. You are, huh? Hello, most of you are using the Word, Excel, or PowerPoint. It is the same as the it is the writer, Impress, and the Calc. Then the next is the Next chapter is the database management. So before going to the database management, uh, we have to see what is the why we go for the database management. Why database? What is the database? What is the need of a database? Why we have to prepare a database uh, that is required. So before to that, because earlier what happens when before as yesterday I told before earlier to the when we have no database, what we are doing, we are using the some files. What wherever we are using the files. Even for example, in suppose in a hospital, so where they are maintaining here files for hospital, or say in a for in a school, they are maintaining particular files for different purposes. So for example, in a school they are maintaining uh, your for admission, you are maintaining the one file for your name, father's name, whatever may be one detail. Then again, same for another file, they are maintaining for the in the hostel, same name, then your room number, your father's name, your whole detail they are maintaining. Again, for school fees collection, they are maintaining another file. Again, in the school library, they are maintaining your name, then your class name, your in which class you're reading, they are maintaining another file. So whatever what happens here, they are maintaining unnecessarily. They are maintaining there is duplication of data. How duplication of data? There is your name has name, father's name, and your class even. Your same data they are using at different times in different types of. Suppose they are using at your main admission register. Again, they are using in library. Again, they are using in at hostel. Again, they are using some other for some other purpose. So there is what happened. There is duplication of data. So, but uh, so for that, there we have to what is called data redundancy. Then we have to maintain the data. Then there is no central control of the data. Then waste of this that is called time with manpower. Then this is called what is called uh, then maintain for this maintenance of data, there is more manpower is required. So this for this problem, there is need of the database. Suppose if you have the database of the particular student's data, then all of the suppose admission, then whatever in library, then whatever in the per se in hostel, they can pull out the data from the central database, so that that can be used. Then how it can be used? That the central data. For example, if you can say earlier what happened in the older days, whatever they are using the names and other things. Now, in IGNO also, suppose they are using your enrollment number. Why you are using your enrollment number particularly as for they are because they have prepared a central database. because that enrollment number, with that enrollment number, so with that enrollment number, they are getting the different types of information. Suppose what are the with that enrollment number, suppose it is belongs to which to whom, and then which which student is in which student, which subject he belongs to. Then in that subject, how many in which suppose he has studied, given which examination, suppose whatever he has given the assignments or not, how many assignments he has given, then how many exams he has given, everything is coming from that is that enrollment number. Whether he has taken the assignments or not, whether he has attended the class or not, every information they are getting from that. Okay. Hello. So every information they are getting from the data, because that data is organized with the database. So so having so what is the database? A database is logically coherent collection of data, repeating some designed, built, populated with data for a specific purpose. So database, that is means a that organized data for a particular purposes. Then, as I have already explained, why a database? Database gives user to access data which can be viewed, enter, and update within the limit access granted to them. That means database can be updated, the view can be viewed, enter, and updated. Database can be viewed, enter, and updated within the limit access granted to them. Whoever has been granted to the database updated with some, because we can not granted everybody to update the data. Somebody had been granted to the database. We will see who has right given to the database for the database updatation, who are to view that we will see. So database becomes all more useful amount of data stored in the continuous. Then database and database management system. It is a what is database management system? Database management system, it is a collection of programs enables users to create, store, modify, extract information from a database. That is when it is a collection of programs or software which user to create, store, modify, and extract information from a database. So, गोटे database रू गोटे user केमिति गोटे प्रोग्राम हो जे केमिति ताकू विभिन्न टाइप रो डाटा क्रिएट कर परिबो, स्टोर कर परिबो, मॉडिफाई कर परिबो, एक्सट्रैक्ट कर परिबो इंफॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम a different types of information collect कर परिबो from the database. That is called database management system. In other words, general purpose software that provides for processing, constructing, manipulating database for various applications. माने विभिन्न एप्लीकेशन पे database management system ए परिबो. तो the major database softwares कौन? Database definition, database creation, retrieval, update, programming, database revision and reconstruction, and performing monitoring. तेणु आमे database management कौन कौन suppose for example କୋଉ sector ରେ database application ଦେଖିଛେ yesterday mostly ମୁଁ example ବି ଦେଇଥିଲି କଣ database ଆମେ ଦେଖିଛେ every field ରେ now database ହେଲା suppose library ATMs flight reservation railway reservation then banking insurance hospital transport education IT share business every ମାନେ ସବୁ field ରେ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ database management database ଅଛି ତାପରେ mainly what are the characteristics of data in a database characteristics कौन shared persistence validity security consistency non-redundancy what is non-redundancy no two database should represent same real world entity security means data should be protected from unauthorized access unauthorized money so data जो रहिला database रे केही unauthorized access काबू दिया जाय परिबो ना इवन तुम जानथियो बैंक रे that is very secure माने जो माने पर्टिकुलरली बैंक रे अछन सेही मान को एक्सेस पाई दिया जाय अन्य मान के सेमति अन्य मान हैकर को database हैक कर दे के दिया होची तेनु database is more secure then there are what is the levels of the database management systems there are three levels what are the three levels external external conceptual internal external ne kono what is the external that is the external conceptual and internal view of the database then database languages and interfaces database languages that is called DDL database definition language then database manipulation language then another is database view definition language here data definition language what is your data definition language data definition language means define the data that is for the how to define the data that is for decided by the whom that is defined by the database DBA that is means database administrator database administrator then data view definition VDL view definition language used to specify user view and map the conceptual schema but most of the DDL used to specify both conceptual schema and external schema then data manipulation language what is the data manipulation language these language data manipulation languages this is for edit the data then there are types of what is called before to the types of DBM systems database management systems their own types of database management systems one is flat file then another is hierarchical database it is just a tree line then another is network database management system then is another is relational database management system then object oriented relational database management system. Then various DBMS architectures. What are the database architectures? What are the database architectures? Database architectures may not similar to the applications. One is centralized database architecture. Means database is centralized and the clients are there are one is server and the others are clients. Another is client server architecture. Then in client server architecture, there is two-tier client server architecture, three-tier client server architecture, and uh, so centralized DBMS architecture. Use mainframe provides main processing for application programs, use interface and DBMS for functionality. Actually, these are used earlier, but now centralized database management architecture is not used. DOM terminals were replaced with workstations, which leads to client-server architecture. Actually, these were used earlier, but now the client-server architecture is used. Client-server architecture defines the specialized server with functionalities like file server, print server, web server, database server. Many client machines provided by specialized server. So, what is the client? What is a server? So, a machine which provides interface capabilities and local processing. Server, the machine that provides services to the client machines such as files, printing, and database processes. That is the server, and from that server, the client gets the provides the interface capabilities and local processing. So, as I told earlier, there are two types of client server architecture. One is two-tier client server architecture, another is three-tier client server architecture. In relational database systems, user interfaces, application programs were first moved to client side. In relational databases, user interfaces, application programs were first moved to client side. There are many. Will slowly uh, will will know what are the DBMS packages are available. So SQL provides standard language which logically dividing point between client and server. Query and transaction functionality divided on remain on server side, and in architecture, server called the query server and transaction server. Three-tier client server architecture for web applications. Many of the web applications used three-tier. Here, it is used for two-tier, used for print, database, file servers. But in three-tier application servers, it is used for web applications, which adds on intermediate layer with client and database servers. The middle tier is called application server or web server. This is plays an intermediate role by storing business roles used access from data from the database server. Can improve the database security by checking client's credential before forwarding the request from the database server. So first here in three-tier client server, first is database server, then is application server, then last is the client server. Client. So client contains GUI, interface, and applications specific rules. Then the database security. Why database security is needed? Database need levels of security in order to protect database upon malicious and accidental threats. What are the threats and in database system? Maybe threats and fraud, confidentiality, integrity, privacy, and database availability. Threads and to the database can be come from many sources. From which source database can threat? You've got people are substantially source of database threats. Different types of people can pose different threats. User can get unauthorized access through user another person's accounts. Some user may also, as I told, that hackers create viruses to adversely affect performance of the system. So how to tackle these threats? Some threats related to hardware of the system as follows: equipment failure, deliberately equipment damage, accidentally or unforeseen damage. These are some power failure, equipment theft. So what are the countermeasures? Some countermeasures can be employed in the we can employ, that is access control, authorization, granting legitimate access right, means we can give the database to the authorized persons. Authentication, determine whether a user who they claim to be. Backup, we have to keep the database backup. Then journalism, maintaining a log file enables easy recovery of the changes. Encryption, encoding the data by encrypting algorithm. Then RAID, redundancy array independent disk, protects the data due to disk failure. Then poly installation, data objects that appear to have different values to the user with different access rights and clearance. Views, view relation in limit to the data viewed by certain users. So data, what are the popular database management packages? What are there are very popular database packages in the market. Some are Borland Paradox, FileMakers, Infomix, Ingress, Interbex, Microsoft SQL Server, Microsoft Access, which is available with MS Office, Microsoft Fox Pro, Oracle, Sybase, MySQL, PostgreSQL, MSQL, SQL Server. These are the most popular DBMS database management packages. Besides this, also many, these are in the there are also many database management packages available. Database project development. What are the database project? The conventional system lifecycle consists of analysis, design, development, implementation, and maintenance. Analysis means what? To analyze, how to analyze the data model, that is by those who are preparing the database project. Analysis, then design of the data model, then development, then finally the implementation and maintenance of the data. Then another thing is the database administrator. Who is the database administrator? What is his role? The database administrator is the person responsible for control over the database system. Database DPA responsibility include the following. What is his role? Deciding information contents of the database. What is the information content in the data? His role is, so suppose when he is preparing the database, his information contents in the database, identifying the entities interest in the enterprise and information recorded in those entities. Deciding the storage structure, access strategy, storage structure. What is the structure of the storage? Access strategy, how the data is to be represented by writing and storage definition. Liaising with the user, ensure the data they require available and to write for the external schemas. Defining and authorizing checks, validating procedures, authorization checks and validating procedures are extension for conceptual schemas or can be specified using database definition language. Defining a strategy for backup and recovery. For example, periodic dumping of the database to a backup tape and procedure for reloading the database for backup. Use of log file where log uh, uh, log file for a log record contain values for the database item before and after change and can be used for the recovery purpose. He should try so that whether the database is recovering or not. Then monitoring performance and responsible for the change requirement. Because database always there is a need of change in the database, changing the storage, access, then organizing the system as to get performance for the best for the enterprise. Good performance, there is always there is a need for the good performance of the database. Then there is the next the chapter is how what is the multimedia and how it can be used in the library and information system. What is the multimedia? Multimedia is a system which combines different types of media, at least web pages, hyperlinks, audio, video, and graphics. All the different types of media. The use of multimedia gives user a full experience of single media such as text. The use result of multimedia system includes some kind of multimedia presentation. So multimedia systems combines variety of different types of media, including text, hypertext. Hypertext means it is from web pages, then audio, images, video. So, characteristics of multimedia systems. What is the characteristics of multimedia? Consists of information presented, as I have already told, in various forms, including text, numerical, and audio, etc. Then, what are the types of media? Multimedia. What are the types of multimedia? The text, hypertext, as I have already told, images, graphics, vector graphics, animation, video, images, etc. Then, what are the hardware requirements? What are the hardware requirements for multimedia? Hardware requirements. The multimedia technology require the hardware requirements, the capture components of the multimedia means it may minimum hardware requirements is RAM 1 GB minimum, speed 1 gigahertz, storage depending upon the work. Depending upon the work means it may require 10 GB or more than upwards. That is the hardware requirements. Then components of the multimedia. then capture devices, storage devices, communication networks, computer system, and display devices. So then desirable features for multimedia system. Very high processing power, multimedia capable file system, special hardware and software needed, data representation, efficient high input and output file system, special operating system to allow file system process data, storage and memory, network support, software and tools. Then, in which areas multimedias are mostly used? Use of multimedia. The mostly multimedia are used in for education and training, leisure and entertainment, information kiosk, virtual reality, and simulations. Then, then information on collection in multimedia system, digital or analog data, digital text and numbers, digitization of graphics, pixels, and with what is the resolutions of the multimedia? It should be resolution quoted in the terms of horizontal pixels numbers. For example, 800 into 1600, 600. Then digitization of audio. What is the digitization? It should be digitized. Sampling size, then sampling rate, methods of digitizing and capturing video images. Then storing and retrieving in multimedia systems. How to store, and there are different modes and formats as follows: video, AVI, MPEG, QuickTime, Real. The sum of the file types are large number of video formats. The main ones are AVI, MPEG, and QuickTime, Real Player, Flash, and Shockwave, MPEG, Quick becoming more standard. MPEG are used in VCD, DVD, MPEG 3 or higher resolution. API, audio, video, interleave, MPEG, motion picture, except export group, QuickTime, Apple, digital audio also available on PC. Image, then image, JPEG, EPS, TIFF, BMP, GIF. When choosing an image type, two criteria are important: accessibility and file size. These two are important. Below the format already I have told, the JPEG and EPS, TIFF, BMP, and GIF. Then text, audio, compression and decompression. These days, compression of data is not only handy but crucial for multimedia performance. In following uh, some of the important terms of the for work are compression and decompression, zip, archive, tar, MPEG, video compression, lossless, logi, decompression, codec, coding redundancy, spatial redundancy, temporal redundancy, psycho visual redundancy. Then similarly, we can do the video compression, image compression, and decomposition, decompression, image mm, format choice. Web graphics are different from printed graphics. They must be small in size, maybe interactive. Web graphics require RGB, red, green, blue color scheme designed for monitors, while print media requires CMYK. Common web formats are GIF, JPG, and PNG. Then the last is issues related to the multimedia system. What are the main issues related to the multimedia system? That is copyright, appropriate use of internet, merging technologies, and data integrity. What is the why copyright, appropriate use of internet, multimedia technologies, and data integrity? Copyright. Under Copyright Act, illegal to reproduce literally work or to make a adaptation to the work without permission of the author is include software. The author or producer has to right to accept payment for the work, time and effort of the worth money. Computer programs are particular programs because they are relatively easy to copy and modify. This becomes ethical issue for users who have the technology and back copyright and avoid detection. If a multimedia developer does not knowledge where the images and sound files come from, they are breaking copyright. Okay. Then software licensing. There are a number of different licensing formats are listed below. Single user, the price allows one copies of the software for one computer. Site license, the price allows one specified number per computer. Then software used for freely may be used freely, copied for users, which are free that may be copied and can be used. Then appropriate use of the internet and multimedia systems. Appropriate use of the internet and multi content involves concept of ethics of the moral behavior. Ethics issues related to the question of morals. Is it right or wrong to proceed the specific action? If you have ethically or morally, then you have behaving the manner most of the people regard of the right way to act. Then data integrity. Data integrity in multimedia systems. Data integrity means data is accurate, consistently, or up to date. As the account of information available in the internet increases, the issue of data integrity becomes more important. Multimedia systems used to educational institutions must use data source and integrity. Educational institutions must use the data source and integrity. Reliable material is not always easy to establish. There are many unreliable sources of information on the way. It is important that reliable sources should be quoted and used for research. Then there are many careers in multimedia, in business, in advertisement, in gaming and graphic design, in product design, education and training, in leisure. These are the what are the careers in multimedia. So we have almost finished the second uh, booklet, which has office tools, word processing, and presentation, spreadsheets, database management system, and the third chapter is multimedia. Okay. So for till now, um, we have already finished. So next, what is the next in next 2 to 4? Next, next, hello. In next, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So next, uh, next book consists of the network fundamentals, the network topology, communication protocol and addressing, protocol architecture, network applications and management, network security. So in that one, the network topology, I yesterday we have already uh, discussed regarding the network topology, but it has something in detailed in this book. So some are detailed in this book, network topology, communication protocols and network addressing, protocol architecture, which you can go through because due to the shortage of time, if you want any mm, problem or any questions, we can go in any other class. Okay, we have a separate class. So straight away, so straight away we'll go to the network applications and management. Yesterday we have studied that the yesterday we have studied that that regarding the convergence. So as you know that the network electronic information society is the word towards a network electronic information society. Third society has large population of the world interconnected with some form of telecommunication and people carry out day-to-day activities using the network predominantly. Day-to-day activities they may involve tasks from such as banking, ticket booking, travel, entertainment program, product ordering, finance transaction, exchange mails, retrieving information from database, downloading music files, simple telephone conversations, etc. Whatever may be, these tasks. This is due to the electronic information society. So, we'll we'll go for what are the service and application of the, as we already know the read the multimedia. So, what are the services we are getting due to the network, this uh, network electronic information society. First is electronic text messaging. You know the electronic text messaging, that is SMS or instant messaging. You know better word. So we will then another is multimedia messaging, MMS. Then electronic mail. Electronic mail, popularly known as the electronic mail, and is the form of communication on the internet. And uh, everybody knows nowadays how we are sending the mail, electronic mail, and mail. What is the mailbox address management? How we are maintaining the address book, group mailing, mail acknowledgement, mail encryption, digital signature, file attachment, etc. Everybody, you know the inbox, outbox, sent items, deleted items, drafts, spam, whatever, that is, you know better. So next is the interactive television. Interactive television is a network application of the user. First, let us understand the TV. As you know, earlier what the television broadcasts, but different channels transmit pre-scheduled programs. But there, the user can select a channel of his choice and view the program of telecast currently. User will have to put the interrupting upon and annoying the advertisements. The user have no control over the program he can see and when. ITV offers flexibility with connect control view of the program. Conventional television may be analog or digital, whatever may be. Digital, where ITV is digital only. And what are the other features of the ITV? This network facility allow two-way communication between ITV service provider system and the TV system. In ITV, one-way video system is termed way to two-way multimedia communication. We may say ITV is a television set with a return path to the ITV service provider. The return path makes interactive. Information flows not only from ITV service provider to the viewer, but from the viewer to the ITV service provider or its computer. When developed, it would allow user the choice of time of the day or any chosen duration with no interruption of the advertisement. The program may be viewed partly, a bookmark may be created or resumed sometimes later. Thus, every individual gets fully flexibility of the view when. So, this is the use of the ITV. ITV commercially known, it is evolving in three stages: broadcast TV to the internet, multicast TV on VideoNet, then unicast TV on VideoNet. Then another one is interactive music. What is interactive music? Interactive music and an interactive network application. Hello, the user has flexibility and full control listening on music on the internet. The control includes functions like pause, resume, stop, fast forward, and fast backward. Pause may resume, similarly creating bookmarks. So, delivering music on internet mode, this further evolves internet radio. Establishing audio service, audio distribution switches to deliver audio programs is unicast mode. Unlike ITV, delivery of chosen video on multicast mode is not very attractive from commercial point of view. It is unlikely many people would choose same song or music at a particular time except when major musical programs takes place, which far and few. For example, many may hear a program of Michael Jackson or a music festival but not choose the same music on a day-to-day basis. In case of ITV, popular TV programs appear most on daily basis. For example, there are 500 movies are produced in every year. In addition to that, there is a innumerable other TV programs. A large number of persons have interest on viewing the same video program at same time. Hence, it makes sense to provide multicast IRV. At the same ITV, change for music on demand can be based on subscription or pay per listen mode. Pay per listen generally has an initial payment as well. Then we'll go for the important is next is network security. Why information security? Because uh, earlier we in the next earlier we have launched that regarding the database security. But here we just study about the information security. Why the security of normal life in the society? Because there are some persons in the society who derive the benefit from the required secure attempt to destroy others. So, how to secure the information? Because the availability, confidentiality, and secrecy, integrity, and authenticity. So, there are some attackers or hackers how to and the intruders, the attackers, they are some passive and active hackers. They are spying cause, and the active hackers come. Passive hackers may spy, but the active hackers cause harm, and the hackers and white hat and expose and the black hat exploit. So attackers tend to back to the security system and cause serious harm to the owners of the system. Their scale of operation usually large and often borders espionage. Attacks similarly on sites and sensitive technology. Types of attack. What are there are various types of attack? So what are the various types of attack? Unauthorized access, mask query, modify, delete, delay, replay, reroute, misroute, and fraud network. Before elaborate the above security threat, let us see how attackers organize their attack. Attackers basically technique to organize their attack and break the security system. They are breaking the security system and attack. So Then A security is predominantly considered to access the information resources residing on a server connected to the standalone computer. The access may be come from a computer program running another computer or server. A stands for authentication, of the authorization and auditing. Authentication process is ensuring that the system is a genuine, while the genuine users access the system, bogus are denied from the permission. This is a security. Authorization is a process for the information resourced by the genuine user restricted for the access policy of the organization. For example, user may be permitted only to the read the content of the file but may not be allowed to modify of the content. Auditing process is done by user of the system is monitored. Audit raise alerts when the user makes attempt to access resources in the way she or she is not permitted. This security labels are user, message, client machine, server, process, and session. Then firewalls and proxy servers. The literal meaning of firewall is a wall or a partition designed to inhibit and prevent the spread of fire. In context of computer networks, firewall is a device which is designed to protect organizations' local area, local network from external attacks, while permitting the local network's users to safely access the external resources. So, it is a wall that prevents the electronic fires, external security attacks from the spread of the local networks. It acts as a gatekeeper of the local network. So, firewall acts as a gatekeeper for the local network. No one can enter the local network without permission of the gatekeeper. Firewalls are designed at packet level, on the network level, or the transport level of the OSI model. On the other hand, proxy servers are the computer system that perform firewall functions at the application level. Firewall works at the transport layer, while the proxy servers works at the application level, that is at the session layer or application layer. Hence, proxy servers are also called application level firewall. Then web security. Web security, these are the large number of business groups, houses, agencies, and individually of their own websites. The number of websites growing day by day. Many business houses currently upgrading their websites facilitated electronic commerce. So there are also security attacks on these websites. So how if a attacker gains read the right access to the website, integrity of the information is lost. So web security may be implemented three level: network level, transport level, and application level. Then what are the malicious software? A malicious computer program is that one that harms the normal functioning of the computer. Malicious computer programs enter the computer system via internet, removable mass storage just like pen drives, CDs. The rate of growth of the malicious programs have been raised in last 10 years. it is observed that the cost of recovering from the malicious attack is rising rather significantly. Down rate time of the critical system increase, and in view of the attention has given present of the attacks now, prevention is better than cure. That's why among the prevention measures should be used in the malicious software removal tools, just like antivirus. We have to use the antivirus softwares. Then viruses. A computer virus is a malicious program code designed to cause the harm of the normal functioning of the computer system. A virus is not a independent program. It is not an independent program. It needs vehicle to write the caused damage. The vehicle could be executable file or a data like Word document or a picture file, most like biological virus. Computer virus spreads from program to program. It is from one program to file and from one file to data file, from a system to another. How does the virus go in from one place to one? People obtain program utilities or data from various sources. These are imported in a system in variety ways. So they can be on pen drives, CDs, download from internet or copied from one system to other network. In this process, these viruses, if their viruses coming from the copy or file or from one system, so they can be spread from one system to other system. The only thing that can be done to guard one system from the infected virus, one need to ensure that virus-free programs and data brought to the system. So that can be, we have to use for that the antivirus program and keep the continuous watch on the entire system. Antivirus programs scan all the incoming codes and data to ensure the virus-free import. Then digital signature. What is the use of the signature? A signature authenticates the content of a document. So the sign of document authentic source of information. Digital signature means a authenticate electronic document. We saw in the section that cryptography can be used to convey secret information. In this section, we will see the inherently capability of authenticate document well. Consider this asymptomatic cryptography of user. The key may be public. Anyone who wants to convey the secret information to user A encrypts the message with AK to transmit the same message to A. This message can be decrypted only by the using the key A1. So that is kept secret by the user A1. Recall the properties in asymmetric scheme. Even if an intruder intercepts the message while being communicated, he cannot read the content. He or she does not know the secret key by AK1. Thus, information is conveyed safely and secretly to A1. So now consider the case when A wants to communicate the an authenticated document to someone in the network. He can encrypt the document with using the key AK1 and transmit the same on the network. Now, by the key pair properties, this document can be decrypted by the key AK2. The key AK2 is publicly known to everybody, hence the recipient can decrypt the message. There are two things you must know. One, that message is not secret. Intruder who intercept the message can read the content of the AK2 is public. Two, the fact is that message can be decrypted only by AK2 implies that it has encrypted by AK1 and that no that is only by the user A1. Hence user A. Hence the message is originated by user A. In other words, this is authentic message from the user A. So that ends the this what is called the protocol architecture, network applications and management, and network security. So the last we'll go to the 2 to 4 last booklet. It includes the email and messaging, World Wide Web, search engines, interactive distributed services. So email are almost most of us. I think there are 27 participants now. So most of us you are having the email. So there is no need to describe the email, the subject, the header, the from, and the function of the email systems, the protocols. Only there is some protocols that is called IMAP protocol, and there is some protocols that if someone require that I just for sake of information, IMAP. What is the IMAP protocol? Protocol, as you know, I have said protocol is defined to rules, a set of rules to perform a particular task. So, what are the in email? What are the protocols? IMAP protocol. IMAP protocol is Internet Message Access Protocol used by a client, means who send the protocol, sends the message, which is used to read the email like Firebird, Outlook Express, Apple email. It's also access client. In this email is received and held on internet server for email account holder is read through the a client. IMAP 4 is the latest version in use. Only specific email messages requested by user get the downloaded from the server. It works well even for slower connection of the internet, requires only small data transport. Also, one can create and manipulate folders, mailboxes on server, make keyword search through the email, delete messages. POP3 protocol. POP3 Post Office Protocol. Protocol provides simple and standardized users to access mailboxes, download messages on their computers using email clients. This protocol permits downloads all email messages from mail server to a local computer. One can choose or leave copies of their email on their server as well. The advantage is that once messages are downloaded, mail can be read without internet connection. Most of the current email clients application supports POP3. SMTP protocol. SMTP protocol, simple mail transfer protocol. Protocol used by mail transfer protocol MTA delivered recipient mail server. SMTP protocol can only be used to send mails, not to receive them. The vast majority of the email mail servers use SMTP. The HTTP protocol is not a protocol designed for electronic communication. Then delivery agent, mail transfer agent, then mail delivery agent. Then you already know the inbox, send, draft, trash. You know the how to manage the folders, create the folders, rename the folder, move the email folder, delete or remove the folder. Then messaging, types of messaging, asynchronous messaging, synchronous messaging, uh, then instant messaging, then spam unified messaging, then spamming, then security, then web wizards, desktop wizard, then these are all about what is you call email. Then World Wide Web. Internet has changed the people. When we traveled in the train or aeroplane or any mode of transportation, one can keep oneself busy and connected with the world. Now, due to the World Wide Web, we are connected with the internet and we are anywhere from the laptop or from computer or from whatever from the even from the mobile, we are connected from internet and we are always just browsing through the internet. So internet has before 20 years, which has brought a radical change in the use of the internet. World Wide Web consists of interlink, the hyperlink document. The transform medium is known as hypermedia, which carries multimedia objects such as images, audios, video files upon network in addition to text. There is not only text, but whatever you will see the audio, images, audio, video files. There is no doubt about the actual influence of internet society could be seen in introduction of the World Wide Web. So all of us know the Tim Berners-Lee in 1989, who later in 1990s, who started the World Wide Web, uh, creation of the hypertext markup language, and this in his lab. He started the information management a proposal for conceptualizing WWW at John Lab in 1991. So the softwares he used standardization standardization representation of war, the transport protocols and addressing protocols. The protocol Steam Berners-Lee implemented in 1991 at the Geneva, the HTTP Hypertext Transfer Protocol stands very core of the World Wide Web. According to HTTP 1.0 in specification, thus, hypertext transfer protocol is an application level protocol with the lightness and speedy necessary for distributed, collaborative, and hypermedia information system. It is a generic stateless, object-oriented protocol which can be used for many tasks such as servers, distributed object management system through extension of required methods. A feature of HTTP is type negotiation of data representation along the bill independently of the data being transferred. So there he has given some HTTP address. So with that HTTP, now we can suppose those who are using the internet, you will see HTTP. Any site you will go, then the HTTP should start with HTTP, and then slash colon, then slash double slash www, then that site. So markup language. It is an encoding system to annotate the text of a document. The system consists of notation of tags. This control structure and formatting as well as relation with different types of document. The need. What is the need of the Markov language? Markov language is a methodology to annotate text representation of processing of the World Wide Web. The Markup languages uses codes which are generally known as tags describing the layout and formatting of the document. Types of markup languages: standardized generalized markup language SGML, then hypertext markup language, then extensible markups and XML, then what is Web 2?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, give us some idea about Web 2.0. It
Hmm.
is assignment question याको बेस कर दिया है जी से विषय टिके
Hmm.
कौन
Hmm. The term Web 2.0 given by Dale Doughty, head of Maker Media Division, uh, popularly concept Web 2.0 refer to second generation of web, which enables no specialized technical knowledge creates their own websites. Okay, Web 1.0 କଣ ସେତେବେଳେ ସିଏ ଯେତେବେଳେ ବାହାର କଲେ ଆମର କଣ ଦେଖ ନା that is Web 1.0. Now the web after 2003 or 4 overall it became popular concept of Web 2.0. This is the second generation of web, which enables people to, with no specialized technical knowledge, create their own websites to self-publish, create and upload audio, video files, share photos and information, and complete a variety of other tasks. Other tasks କଣ ଆମେ ଇମେଲ ଯେତେବେଳେ ସେତେବେଳେ ଇଏ କରୁଥିଲେ ଇମେଲ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଇଜିଲି ଇମେଲ ସବୁ କରିପାରିଲେ while there is there is no set definition for Web 1.20. It is generally refers to the use of web more as a social platform. ଆମେ ସେତେବେଳେ social platform କଲେ କେତେବେଳେ Web 2.0 ପରେ କଣ ଆସିଲା ତାପରେ ତାପରେ ଆସିଲା ଯେ slowly ଆସିଲା ଯେ along with the content of the websites କଣ Web 2.0 ରେ social ଯୋଉ ନେଟୱାର୍କ ଆସିଲା କଣ ଆସିଲା Wikipedia, ବ୍ଲଗିଂ, ତାପରେ ନେକ୍ସଟ ହେଲା ଫେସବୁକ୍, ଏଇ ସବୁ ଜିନିଷ ଗୁଡା ସ୍ଲୋଲି ଯୋଉ ଆସିଲା ସୋସିଆଲ ନେଟୱାର୍କିଂ ରେ ୟୁଟ୍ୟୁବ, ଫେସବୁକ୍, ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଜିନିଷ ଗୁଡା ସବୁ ଆସିଲା। ତେଣୁ we go slow. କଣ what is the web 1 1.210 was all about connecting people, but it was an interactive. But I think Web 2.0 was, of course, a piece of jargon. Nobody even knows even the two definitions were except with the Tim Berners-Lee, which there is no hard and fast definition between Web 2.0. However, it is agreed that the second generation web, this Web 2.0, is the second generation of web where user can participate in generation of web content with much of the generation knowledge technology. In the spectrum of web-based content and services covered, mm, with Web 2.0, we have online shopping, email, chatting, discussion forums, blogs, wikis, social networks, and then YouTube, Twitter, and so on. The products are so more personalized compared to the more generic as used to be. Another aspect of the Web 2.0 is generation of products and services which are specialized and more user-centric. The need to develop tailor-made products on the demand like online e-learning modules, information digest systems, literature review, etc. oriented service. The Web 2.0 empowered users to interactive with existing services like the World Wide Web. So, what is the need and features? The features are users' participation, user-centric services, federality and interoperability, hiding technological compatibility, and modularity. These are the needs. Then, what are the features of the Web 2.0 applications? These are services, not packages software with cost effectivity, scalability, control over unique and hard recreate data sources, trusted users as co-developers, harnessing collective intelligence. Then software above the label a single device, lightweight user interface, develop models and business models. Then what about the Web 2 applications? Collaborative web. One of the special features of the Web 2.0 is collaborative services. So one of the example is Wikipedia. Wikipedia is a voluntary services on internet contribute articles. That is the collaborative services means many persons are writing the articles in Wikipedia. The project started in 2001. The topics are on humanities, social sciences, natural sciences, formal sciences, professional and applied sciences. So subject divided into various narrow subjects also. So, so this is a what is called collaborative services. Then blogging. The phenomena of blogging has picked up immensely among the new as older generation. According to
So,
the statistics.
so
Hello.
what is blogging ଟା ସାର୍ କଣ ସେ ବିଷୟ ଟିକେ କହିବେ?
ବ୍ଲଗିଂ ହଉଛି ବ୍ଲଗିଂ ଗୋଟେ ସଫ୍ଟୱେର ବ୍ଲଗିଂ ର ଗୋଟେ ସଫ୍ଟୱେର ଅଛି ହେଲା ସେ ସଫ୍ଟୱେରରେ ତମେ ଗୋଟେ ପର୍ଟିକୁଲାର ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ଉପରେ ବ୍ଲଗ କରିପାର ଗୋଟେ ପର୍ଟିକୁଲାର ସଫ୍ଟୱେର ଉପରେ ବ୍ଲଗ ତିଆରି କରିପାରିବ ଧର ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ପର୍ଟିକୁଲାର ଲିଟରେଚର ଧର ସେକ୍ସପିୟରଙ୍କ ଉପରେ ଗୋଟେ ଲେଖା ଲେଖିବି ସବୁବେଳେ କିମ୍ବା ଧର ମୁଁ ଆଇ ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ଅର୍ଣ୍ଣାମେଣ୍ଟାଲ ଫିସ୍ ଉପରେ ସବୁବେଳେ ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ଏକ୍ସପର୍ଟ ଓକେ ସୋ ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ପର୍ଟିକୁଲାର ବ୍ଲଗ କଲି ମୋର ଗୋଟେ ପର୍ଟିକୁଲାର ବ୍ଲଗ କଲି ଫ୍ରି ଯୋଉଟା ଓପନ ସମସ୍ତେ ଦେଖିପାରିବେ ସେଇ ବ୍ଲଗରେ there are many softwares available ସେଇ ସଫ୍ଟୱେରରେ ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ବ୍ଲଗ ତିଆରି ଯେମିତି ୱେବସାଇଟ ସେମିତି ଗୋଟେ ବ୍ଲଗ ତିଆରି କଲି ସେଇ ବ୍ଲଗରେ ମୋର ଗୋଟେ ତିଆରି କଲି କଣ କଲି ନା ସେଥିରେ ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ ଆର୍ଟିକିଲ ଲେଖିବି छोटे छोटे आर्टिकल लिखिबी धर एई पर्टिकुलर ऑर्नामेंटल पीस तार कोन वैल्यू केते तार कोन यूज कोन तार दिस इज ए न्यू ऑर्नामेंटल पीस गोटे लिखिली गोटे पारा लिखिली नेक्स्ट आउ 4 दिन पर आउ गोटे लिखिली सेई जिंस गुड़ा जोड़ा मिलुनी सेई जिंस गुड़ा अवेलेबल लोकन पाखे ହେଲା जे ता सपोज तार फीड कोन दरकार तार आजिकल तार फीड कोन दरकार तार कोन रिक्वायरमेंट सेई जिंस गुड़ा मु लिखिली तेणु सेई लोक माने कोन समझते सेई जिंस गुड़ा देखिले सेमी धर मु गोटे लाइब्रेरी साइंस स्टूडेंट मु लाइब्रेरी साइंस स्टूडेंट हेले मोदर लाइब्रेरी ऑटोमेशन ऊपर बहुत लोक लिखिया पे चाहछन मु धर लाइब्रेरी ऑटोमेशन कोहा ऊपर सबोडे लिखिली कोहा सॉफ्टवेयर ऊपर लिखिली एई सॉफ्टवेयर टा एया होची तार इंस्टॉलेशन केमदी होची इंस्टॉलेशन एमदी कहूची मु छाडी देली तापर इंस्टॉलेशन ऊपर देखिली किछि पिला प्रॉब्लम फेस करछंती एई पर्टिकुलर जगह समस्त तो सही गोटे जगह फेस करबेनी किए को जगह फेस करछन तमे जण लिखिला मु एई जगह फेस करछि तेणु तार प्रोब्लेम टा सॉल्व करके मुंडर लिखिली एई जगह रे ये फेस जदि किए फेस करछि एई तार सॉल्यूशन डाला एया तेणु तापरे किछि दिन परे कोन होछि जो येटा हला कोन चोइला सॉफ्टवेयर सॉफ्टवेयर टा भी स्लोली सॉफ्टवेयर विभिन्न वर्जन चेंज होछि तार जो ता संगे जो अलग सॉफ्टवेयर रिक्वायरमेंट से सॉफ्टवेयर भी चेंज होछि तेणु से सॉफ्टवेयर चेंज होला परे कोन कोन सॉफ्टवेयर दरकार एडिशनल सॉफ्टवेयर दरकार से भी चेंज होछि तेणु मु तापर गोटे से लिखिली जे एई सॉफ्टवेयर हेले एई सॉफ्टवेयर दरकार तेणु से गुडा गोटे लिखिली जे एई सॉफ्टवेयर हेले एई सॉफ्टवेयर दरकार तार कोन केमिति इंस्टॉलेशन करियो केमिति ताकू बैकअप रखियो बैकअप रखी केमिति कोन करियो एई जिंस तो ब्लॉग रे रखिली ओके हला so that the users will be benefited which is available on free जोड़ा पोस्ट मु करथिबी दर पर्टिकुलर विभिन्न सब्जेक्ट विभिन्न लोक पोस्ट करछन सेमली ब्लॉगिंग साइट केते अछि फ्री अछि केते सब्सक्रिप्शन अछि जो माने भलो भलो करछन सेटा सब्सक्रिप्शन साइट फ्री इथिन सब्सक्रिप्शन बेस्ड ये पुछि तापरे प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम तापरे तमे ऑनलाइन चैट विषय तो तुम जानिछो ऑनलाइन चैट केमि करूछो तब नेक्स्ट इज डॉक्यूमेंट शेयरिंग टूल विषय भी तुम जानछो धर गूगल डॉक रे आमे केमि डॉक्यूमेंट शेयरिंग करछे देन नेक्स्ट इज आ गोटे थिला आगु गूगल डॉक पूर्व गोटे आसिला फॉर इमेज शेयरिंग दैट इज कॉल्ड पिकासा for image sharing Picasa. Then another movie sharing, which mostly used by movie image YouTube. YouTube is how YouTube is presently owned by YouTube. How it is used by for movie sharing and other video clips and TV clips, music, video, all how YouTube is used. Then social networking. Social networking, for social networking nowadays you are using the Facebook, Twitter, many things you are using Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, LinkedIn. Mostly you are using. There is no need to explain. Then academic edu another that this is a social networking designed for people academic interest these are for personal these Facebook Twitter then LinkedIn then what others WhatsApp these are for personal But there are some also social networking sites. These are between for academic interest, academic edu, edu. They can share with others. It's facilitate research interest hosting for public works for the users. Then information mass of these are websites contain services provided for different aspects of subjects. Services. They are providing different services. Suppose just like weather forecast, photographs, some report on places, mode of transport, administration setup, number of services. Okay, these are called information mass of. There are many services are available. One of them is Indian Rail Info. You know Indian Rail Info. This in that this is a portal where you can get the arrival, departure from a station, PNR status, seat availability, everything from this Indian Rail Info. Then impact of the web tools over semantic web. That is not required. That next is search engines. What is the search engine? Search engine is a tool for locating information from a collection. Search engine uses information about information such as metadata stored in a database to locate information. Sometimes perform full text search within a document from first character to last character. Some are from full text search, some are from the database. So types of search tools. What are the types of search tools? Search directories. And there are academic professional directories, commercial directories. Then search engines. What are the search? What search engines you know? That is Google. Mostly you are using now because earlier we were using Yahoo, then other search engines, but now this is the most popular search engine. It is Google. So then what are the meta search engine? Meta search engine are the online tools which perform simultaneous search engine more than one search engine at a time. These search engines aggregates result into a single list or displays according to their source. Meta search engine suppose dogpile is a dogpile, web crawler, browses, and the meta search engine. Then features of the search tools. This is they are the features. What are the features? There may be keyword search, boolean search. What is the boolean search? And or not or not and or not. Uh, then proximity search, near proximity, exact proximity, near proximity. Near proximity means suppose for example college and librarians. If the proximity of three applied between them being as college librarians, it will search college librarians, college for librarians, college of librarians, college without librarians, college with the librarians, college of Indian librarians, college of the librarians. The proximity search will let results separated by one word. Exact proximity. Exact proximity means college with the librarians, college of Indian librarians, college and librarians who retrieve college with the librarians, college of Indian librarians, and college of the librarians. Then truncation search. Truncation search means what? Suppose we give right truncation or left truncation. Suppose in left truncation, suppose we give the ISN, IS left truncation and ISN. It will search Brahmanism, communism, Sufism, etc. If right truncation class, then right truncation. It will search classification is then classifier, whatever name. Case sensitive search, then limiting search, field search, field file type search, stopword search. Stopword means we will avoid the whatever words are available, redundant words just like and or the preposition conjunction should be avoided. Then architecture of the search tools. www World Wide Web has a huge information and search engines tool agent for locating information. So search engines provide interface for search the web. A search engine basically has three components: web crawler, meta storage, and search agent. Web crawler, as we already know, the Google web crawler is known as a robot or spider. It is the program which goes to each word or every site over the internet and indexes the content of the web page. The content includes the metadata of information and text of the web page. The text of the page can be indexed as a whole, and only few lines of the bytes or data are stored. This index is stored within the search engine of the database with corresponding uniform resource locator. Hence, web crawler programs used to search the search engine in order to extract the data from the web pages. Then, metadata storage. Metadata is data about data. Web crawlers extract metadata like title, author, file name, file type, file size, link, so from the search engine. The metadata information extracted from the metadata web page. Then search agent. Search agent is set as search programs which receives query from the user interface. The received keyword is passed through the several algorithms. Some commonly used algorithms are Boolean operator, data clustering algorithm, and error correction. Boolean operator, as we already know, and or not. Then clustering algorithm. Clustering is a group like entities. Search engines use clustering technique to classify like concepts for meaningful retrieval. Clustering is technique by which similar kind of data are grouped based on certain characteristics. The technique is very useful when there are a large set of data for effective and efficient retrieval. For example, faculty or member of university can be clustered according to their area of specialization. Then next is interactive uh, interactive distributed services. Interactive distributed services. The distributed services as are web directory, bulletin board, mail list, discussion list, resource sharing, online document repository, web portals, email, online storage, resource, e-publishing, webcasting, interactive distribution service. So, first we will see the distributive services, then interactive distributed services. The web directory distributed services. The web contains trillion and terabyte of data information not organized properly. So, web contains trillion or terabyte of data and information not organized properly. There are some search engines available to where question like where do the World Wide Web on algebra? Suppose somebody where the World Wide Web on algebra, or what kind of information available on knowledge management. So what to get the information? Suppose BUBL information on http bublsc.in from librarians. Google Web Directory, google.com, then Yahoo Directory, DMOS Open Directory Project, public environment. Then these are some examples. Then bulletin board, bulletin or message boards provide a facility for discussion under various topics. This allows individual to respond to the topics or threads or a group. Begin to the new topic or thread posting comments or questions. The message posted on the discussion board are permanently visible to everyone who is access to it. Most of the discussion boards implement stages users or and users to enter board primitive member or board specific terminology known as new by asking the question or posting question, the promotion started members, the commonly phenomenon of the many bulletin boards. There are many million of bulletin boards are available on internet. Many new oriented websites, search engines, social networking websites, and special interest sites such as popular people using particularly type of personal computer or sharing interest and particularly hobby or political issue provide bulletin boards. Then mailing lists and there is one example of the implemented bulletin board http www implemented.scn.forum. Then Ubuntu forum. Ubuntu users http ubuntuforum.org. The mailing list and discussion list. Mailing list and discussion list are or list servers are service facilitators sending emails to a group or individual in case. These different names earlier referred some process whereby one can send a mail to a large number of people rather than using functionality provided by mail applications. They use fully and practically automated like software GNU Mailman, Listserv, Mailbase, etc. These service hosting server provides um, capable of receiving email. Software processing incoming message sent to reflector address and depending on the content of the message. So mailing list, NCSI, Nnet in Mailman list info LIS forum. That is the example of the mailing list. Another one is DRTC, DLRG mailing forum. Then resource sharing. Resource sharing is the partnership. Resource sharing is a partnership where several libraries share one or more their function. For example, acquisition, processing, storage, delivery of services. Each member of something useful to willing to plan, share existing accompanying this. Major goal of resource sharing is to augment the local holding and provide access to the collection of the library. one of the major approaches of the resource sharing of the library catalogs. For this purpose, libraries use Z39.50 protocol. In this environment, different libraries can search using single interface. This interface used to download the library catalog entry to the duplication of one. As I yesterday told, Library of Congress uh, using this one for giving these services. Then web portals, single point of access uh, for the gateway for information services on web, other side of the web. Then email, as you know, then online storage and searching, then e-publishing. The information produced in the disseminated by different model of publishing. New technologies have transformed the process for publishing and distribution of information. Electronic publishing is process of production of typeset by quality documents and containing text, graphic, and picture questions of the technology. There are two types mode of e-publishing: online and offline. Online publishing, online journals, website, online databases, e-books, and so on. Offline publications like DVD, CD, and all. Nowadays, e-books are published on DVD and CD-ROM. So these e-books are available on online. Online means we can access from online, and offline means it is available either in CD or DVD. Then webcasting. Webcasting is the service of plus push technology, which means updating system by the internet or intranet can receive news, other information through periodic and unobstructed transmission. The webcasting can be distributed to relevant content users. Webcast media can be distributed over internet using streaming media technology to distribute single content source to the many listeners or viewers. With the view very cheap and accessible technology, it has many used to plus such as meetings, collaborate engineering, conferences, discussions, voting, interviews, keynote address, training, etc. Example is IGNO Gyanadarsan, webcasting by YouTube. Then interactive distributed services, interactive learning, interactive business and trading, then remote computer via band transfer, interactive communication. Interactive communication includes Microsoft Net Meeting, Windows Messenger. These are some of the examples. Then interactive translation service, as you saw, uh, there are several interactive translation services. However, machine translation is not matured uh, as not matured as the interactive translation service. As you've seen, the Google is provided as the translation, Google Translate. In the interactive translate service, suppose we will translate from English to any language, it will immediately translate from one language to other. That is called interactive translation service. Then security and privacy issues, user authentication, IP, user and roles. So that's all in the BLI-224, the email and e-messaging, World Wide Web, search engine, interactive and distribution services. If you have any doubt, you may ask later. Hello.
नाही सर कशी डाउट नाही.
Okay. So we'll close the class.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir,
Yes,
for
sir.
completing all unit.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
If
sir.
you have any, if you have any
If you
problem,
have any further doubt, then may we contact you?
hmm, further doubt in any subject, not only in 2 to 4, in any subject, you can contact me. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Thank you so much for your kind cooperation, sir.